Picture this. You've had a long day. You're tired, stressed, already overwhelmed, and your child is not listening. Again, you say calmly, "Please, put the phone down." No response. You say it louder. "Hey, I said put it down." Still nothing. And then it happens. You shout. "How many times do I have to tell you?" Silence. Your child freezes, looks at you, scared, confused, and suddenly you feel it too. That regret, that guilt. You didn't want to shout, but it just came out. Now, here's the real question. Why do children listen less when we shout more? And even more important, is there a way to control your child's behavior without raising your voice at all? Because here's a hidden truth most parents don't know. Sometimes, shouting is the exact reason kids stop listening. But why? By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what's happening inside your child's mind and discover 7 simple ways to control behavior without shouting. Let's be honest, this is not just your story. This happens in almost every home. Morning time. You're trying to get your child ready for school. Wear your shoes, finish your breakfast, hurry up. But your child is distracted, playing, daydreaming, ignoring you. And slowly, your voice gets louder and louder until the morning starts with stress and shouting. Or think about homework time. You sit with your child, finish your homework first, then you can play. But after 10 minutes, they're fidgeting, complaining, trying to escape. And again, frustration builds, and shouting feels like the only option. Or this one, screen time. You say just 10 more minutes, but when time is up, they refuse. They argue, cry, sometimes even scream back. And what do? We raise our voice to gain control. Because in that moment, it feels like shouting is power. But deep down, you already know it's not working the way you want. It might stop the behavior for a moment, but something feels off. The connection weakens. The distance grows. And the same problem repeats again and again. So the real question is not, how do I make my child obey? The real question is, why is my child not responding the way I expect, even after I shout? And that's exactly what we're going to uncover next. Let's understand something very simple. Your child is not ignoring you to make your life harder. Their brain just works differently. Think of your child's brain like a small control room. There are 2 main parts working there. One part is the thinking brain. This is the part that understands rules, listens, makes decisions. The other part is the emotional brain. This one reacts fast, feels big emotions, and acts without thinking. Now, here's the important part. In children, the emotional brain is much stronger than the thinking brain. So when you speak calmly, the thinking brain can listen. But when you shout, it's like setting off an alarm inside their brain. The emotional brain takes over. And in that moment, your child is not thinking. They are reacting. Fight, flight, or freeze. Some kids argue back. Some run away. Some just shut down completely, but none of them are actually listening. This is why shouting feels powerful, but it blocks real communication. Now, imagine this. Your child's emotions are like a small cup. Every stress, every frustration fills that cup, slowly. School pressure, tiredness, feeling ignored. And when you shout, that cup overflows. And when it overflows, behavior gets worse, not better. This is not disobedience. This is emotional overload. And here's something interesting. Studies show that frequent shouting activates the same stress response in children as physical punishment. Let that sink in. So when we shout to control behavior, we're actually triggering the exact reaction that makes behavior harder to control. And that leads us to a hard truth. Most parents are not wrong. They're just stuck in a cycle. Let me show you how it usually happens. Scene 1. Parent. Stop jumping on the sofa. Child continues. Parent louder. I said stop. Child stops for a moment, and the parent thinks, see, shouting works. But look closer. Scene 2. Next day. Same situation, same instruction. But this time, the child ignores the first request. Why? Because they've learned something powerful. Mom or dad will repeat and then shout. So now, they don't respond to calm voice anymore. They wait for the shout. This is called a conditioning loop. The brain adapts, and slowly, calm communication loses power. Shouting becomes the signal. Now, let's see another situation. Parent, give me the phone. Child, no. Parent, angry, give it now. Child throws the phone, cries, screams back. What just happened? The child didn't learn discipline. They learned big emotions win attention. And here's the mistake most parents don't see. We focus on stopping behavior quickly instead of teaching behavior slowly. We want immediate control, but forget long-term learning. And without realizing it, we are training our children to respond only to anger, not to respect, not to understanding, only to volume. And over time, that creates something deeper, something many parents don't notice until it's too late. At first, shouting feels like a quick fix. The child stops, the house becomes quiet, but something invisible starts building inside your child. Let's look deeper. When a child hears shouting again and again, they don't just hear words, they feel fear. And slowly, that fear turns into something else. Low confidence. Your child starts thinking, maybe I'm always wrong. Maybe I'm not good enough. They stop trying because they're afraid of making mistakes. Then comes anxiety. Now they're always alert, always careful, not because they understand discipline, but because they fear your reaction. And here's something even more painful: emotional distance. Your child stops sharing things with you, not because they don't love you, but because they don't feel safe opening up. They start hiding mistakes, lying sometimes, just to avoid being shouted at. And in some children, this turns into anger. They copy what they see. Because remember, children don't just listen to us, they mirror us. So when shouting becomes normal, they learn this is how we handle problems. And one day, they might shout back, or worse, carry that anger into their future relationships. Now think about this. You're not just controlling behavior today, you're shaping your child's inner voice for the next 20 years. The way you speak to them now becomes the way they speak to themselves later. So the real question is, do you want that voice to be calm and strong, or loud and critical? Because here's the truth. Shouting may win the moment, but it can slowly lose the relationship. And the hardest part? Most of this damage happens silently. No warning, no visible sign, until one day you feel the distance. But here's the good news. This pattern can change, and you don't need to be a perfect parent to do it. You just need the right approach. Let's talk about what actually works. Simple, practical, real-life strategies. These are the 7 ways to control behavior without shouting. 1. Connect before you correct. Before giving instructions, get close. Eye contact, soft tone. Hey, look at me. When connection happens first, cooperation becomes easier. 2. Use fewer words. Long lectures don't work. Instead of, how many times have I told you? Say, shoes on, now. Clear, short, calm. 3. Give choices. Children want control too. So instead of forcing, ask, do you want to wear the red shoes or blue ones? Same result, less resistance. 4. Set clear boundaries calmly. Calm does not mean weak. Say it once, clearly. If you don't turn off the TV, I will turn it off.
Then follow through without anger. 5. Use natural consequences. Let learning happen naturally. If they don't finish homework, they face the teacher. You don't need to shout. Life teaches. 6. Model the behavior. Stay calm even when it's hard, because your child is always watching. You are their example. 7. Pause before reacting. This is powerful. When you feel anger rising, pause, breathe, wait 5 seconds. That small pause can stop a big mistake. And here's something important. You don't need to apply all 7 perfectly. Even starting with 2 or 3 can completely change your home environment. Because parenting is not about control, it's about guidance. Now, let's go back to the question from the beginning. Why do children listen less when we shout more? Here's the answer. Because shouting doesn't teach the brain to listen, it teaches the brain to react. It shuts down thinking and activates emotion. So instead of creating understanding, it creates resistance, fear, or disconnection. That's why the more we shout, the less real control we actually have. But when you stay calm, when you guide instead of react, you're not just changing behavior, you're shaping your child's mind and your relationship. So here's something I want you to think about. Next time your child doesn't listen, will you raise your voice or raise your understanding? Tell me in the comments, what is one situation where you struggle to stay calm? Let's talk about it together.